In this video, we're going to be talking about best analytics software for podcasts. Hey guys, welcome back to the Anchored Media channel. We are the #1 company for monetizing podcasts. My name is Tatum Tamia Ayomike. I am the CEO and executive producer here at Anchored Media. So in this video, we're going to be talking all about the best analytics tools for your podcasts. So the first one is one of my faves, which is Chartable. Chartable actually utilizes the IP address of your listeners to collect that data. Chartable also lets you know if you charted anywhere on Apple Podcasts, because it's funny, Apple is one of the biggest distribution channels for podcasts, but they don't offer too much as far as like letting you know how your show is doing. And so that's why these analytics softwares are so important, because you need to know how your show is performing, which episodes are performing the best, which episodes are performing the worst. You need to know consumer behavior of your listeners. All of these things are very important for you to build a marketable show and to make the best decisions as far as how you market your show, the type of content you create, and things of that nature. So back to Chartable. They share with you, of course, if you chart on Apple Podcasts. Another one of the things that I love about Chartable is they have this feature called Smart Links. And so what that does is it gives you a specific link that you can use to market your show. So you take this smart link, you put it in your YouTube description, you put it in your Instagram bio, you put it in your newsletter, you put it everywhere that you're promoting your podcast. And then what the smart link will tell you is what is driving the most traffic to your show. This is huge when it comes to marketing your podcast, because if you're putting all of your efforts on Instagram, but the smart link is telling you that YouTube is the place that's driving new downloads, then now that's telling you, oh, let me shift my attention to YouTube, because this is actually giving me the best return on my investment. Chartable also has other cool features like listener retention. So it tells you not only the new listeners or the current listeners you have, but how listeners are listening over a period of time. All of these details are super important, and Chartable is always upgrading. So literally, if I log on next month, I'm sure it's going to be more features than they have today. But Chartable is actually what I recommend for all podcasters to have, so that you can understand the data of what's going on with your show. Another useful software is Podtrack, Podtrac. So this allows you again to collect analytics and data with your podcast. It also gives you demographical information on your audience. Something that I love about Podtrack, I actually used them earlier on in my journey before Chartable came around. But with Podtrack, they actually give you a listener survey that you could pass out to your audience. So I would take the survey that they have, put it in the show description, and tell my listeners, hey, we would love to, continue to give you the content that you want. I would love to stop giving you content you don't want, and I would love to learn more about you so I can serve you better as a creative in this space. And so our consumers and listeners would take the survey. I would be able to really tell what it is they needed, and that would help inform decision making moving forward with the show. So Podtrack is one that I definitely recommend for all of you guys looking for data. The next one is your hosting site. So wherever you host your podcast, they have analytics as well. Now, I believe that when you're deciding on where to host your podcast, analytics need to be a huge driver of your decision of where to post your show. I worked on the back end of many podcasts, and one of my biggest pet peeves when I'm analyzing shows and really trying to figure out the consumer or listener behavior to inform the host of, I hate when certain hosting sites don't give me the data that I'm looking for. So there are a few things that you need to know, and if your hosting platform does not provide you with these things, go somewhere else. You need to know what your top episodes are. You need to know what your bottom episodes are. You need to know more specifically, especially if you're looking to monetize via advertising. Advertisers want to know within a 30-day period, how many ears can I expect to hear my ad? So they want to know if episode X drops on January 1st, by February 1st, how many listens did episode X get? And a lot of hosting sites give you that generalized monthly listener number, and that's cute, but it's not relevant to the grand scheme of things. Advertisers want to know this particular number of how many listens can this episode get within a 30-day period. And I found with working with podcasters that a lot of these back-end hosting sites, they don't show that number. So if you're someone again that wants to monetize via advertising, make sure that your hosting site tells you that number, and if it doesn't, make sure you're utilizing a tool that does. And this last one is a new one I just found out about, Castos. So Castos actually automatically posts your show onto YouTube, and it transcribes your episodes. Now, I am a firm believer that every podcaster needs a YouTube channel. These are two platforms that work so beautifully together to help you really get your message out there and grow your community online. And so again, if you're a podcaster, check out Castos, because it makes it super easy for you to take your content from just in the audio format and get it onto YouTube, because that's going to drive listeners to your podcast and they're really going to serve each other. So that's it for this video. Make sure that you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss when we post another video.